is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
First reading. A reading from the letter to the Hebrews, chapter 8, verses 6 to 13. Brothers and sisters, now our high priest has obtained so much more excellent a ministry, as he is mediator of a better covenant, enacted on better promises. For if that first covenant had been faultless, no place would have been sought for a second one. But he finds fault with them and says, Behold, the days are coming, says the Lord, when I will conclude a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah. It will not be like the covenant I made with their fathers, the day I took them by the hand to lead them forth from the land of Egypt. For they did not stand by my covenant, and I ignored them, says the Lord. But this is the covenant I will establish with the house of Israel. After those days, says the Lord, I will put my laws in their minds, and I will write them upon their hearts. I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall not teach each one his fellow citizen and king, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me, from least to greatest. For I will forgive their evil doing, and remember their sins no more. When he speaks of a new covenant, he declares the first one obsolete. And what has become obsolete and has grown old is close to disappearing. The word of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Mark. Jesus went up to the mountain and summoned those whom he wanted, and they came to him. He appointed 12, whom he also named apostles, that they might be with him, and he might send them forth to preach and to have authority to drive out demons. He appointed the 12, Simon, whom he named Peter, James, son of Zebedee, and John the brother of James, whom he named Boanerges, that is, sons of thunder, Andrew, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James, the son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanian, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. The Gospel of the Lord.
My dear friends, today in the Gospel, we hear about the account of Jesus calling the 12 apostles. In the Gospel passage, we hear that Jesus called those whom he wanted to be with him. Therefore, it is a special calling to be in the inner circle of Jesus, the 12 apostles. How privileged have they been to be with Jesus. My dear friends, before sending them out to preach, before sending them out to cast out demons, Jesus wanted them first to be with him. It is like, my dear friends, before the priests are ordained, they are kept in the seminary learning to be with Jesus. The formation is nothing else but being with Jesus, forming themselves to be like Jesus. Therefore, today is a good day for us to meditate on the calling of vocations to the priesthood and to religious life, because, my dear friends, today we see people are busy with their own lives, and we need to call people, young ones especially, to be with Jesus, to become priests, to become reverend brothers and reverend nuns, Therefore, let us reflect on that calling and pray today in a special manner for the grace of vocations in our families, our parishes, dioceses, and in our country. Also, my dear friends, we also have a calling, our own baptismal calling to be with Jesus. That is also a vocation of family life, and our Christian vocation to be with Jesus. Therefore, we need to spend some time daily with Jesus, not just saying prayers, but our inner being with Jesus, experiencing the living presence of Jesus in our lives. Either in the morning before we go to work, we need to bring to mind the presence of Jesus and experience Him for a couple of minutes. Or before we retire, before we finish our daily work, we need to spend some time either examining our consciences or reflecting on our past day. How have we been with Jesus? Therefore, my dear friends, our today's reflection should be on the calling to be with Jesus, to know Jesus, to love Jesus, and to experience His living presence in our lives.